but it's lagging. Okay, now it's not lagging. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerd Ledger. I am Cage. That is Chair over there. Anyway, yeah, we're nerds. We talk about nerd stuff. We got a lot of nerd stuff to talk about today. Like will whatever this bullshit Warner Brothers Discovery nonsense, will it merge with another company? Scarlett Johansson is in the news a lot for some reason, so we'll talk about that. We gotta talk about this other shit. Anyway, how's it going, pal? How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. I hate turkey, so is whatever. I know you say like, oh, it's because nobody ever cooks turkey right or whatever the fuck, and you cook turkey right, but like, I don't know, man. I just think that like the bird is too thick and it gets it's way too, so it'll always be kind of dry in the middle, and there's nothing you can do to fix that, man.
That's
And I
absolutely
think,
false.
all right, whatever you say, I gotta come over to your house one year for Thanksgiving to have some good Thanksgiving turkey, I guess.
You know, I
But you'd be
can.
pissed off on my plate because I wouldn't have any green beans. I would only have mashed potatoes and turkey. Or wait,
Okay,
you eat like that
why
too, I
would,
guess.
why would I be
Yes.
mad at that?
Okay. I don't
Brother,
know.
my plate is turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and that is it. Maybe a,
I
maybe a
don't even get
dinner roll.
gravy. I think gravy's gross. I'm that picky, dude. I hate gravy. I don't even like gravy. Yeah, and I get dinner rolls too, but you warm those shit up and put some butter on that shit. That tastes good.
So you're telling me if you go to Texas Roadhouse, you don't get gravy?
No, I don't.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yep. What do you think about that? What do you think?
I mean, I think that you're a grown adult who can make decisions on what you like and don't like, and
Did
I
you
fully support that.
surprised to find someone as more picky than you are potentially? You ever hear that?
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, I'm pretty sure you do eat some fruits and or vegetables occasionally.
Yeah, carrots. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
carrots.
I don't eat none of that shit. So, I don't even consume condiments like barbecue sauce, mustard. I think ketchup is fucking disgusting. Um,
Hmm.
the only real condiment I consume is mayonnaise or Taco Bell Chipotle sauce
Hmm.
because that shit is fire. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so did you do anything for Thanksgiving or just hung out at home with some families?
Just hanging out at the house with the family. We had a really quiet Thanksgiving this year. And we had the
Nice.
baby over, so that was great. Baby's really cute.
Mm,
Because part of being an uncle is, you don't have to deal with all the gross parts of being a parent. You just get to deal with the parts when he's like all photogenic and being super adorable. So, it's great to just hang out with a little, it's interesting seeing like a little human, like, explore the world and like learn, fine motor skills and everything like that. You can see him like, learning how to manipulate objects and everything like that in different ways and how his fingers work. And, like, he's always stretching, he's learning different parts of his body. It's just interesting to see. So,
yeah. I lived with my nephew for like the first 5 years of his life, and
mhm,
I had to deal with all the gross shit. So,
yeah,
um, and I will not be having children. So there, I
yeah.
will be avoiding gross shit. I have a dog, so there's a little bit of gross stuff that happens with dogs, but
Yeah, you got to pick up their poop.
well,
That's
I
true.
mean
You have
that's
a little.
that's
Yeah, a little
easy.
dog. Like my big. Yeah, you got a little dog. My big dog drops logs, dude. She drops
Yeah.
like these huge, thick ass logs.
Oh, fucking
Like
like elephant shits.
elephant poop. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like sometimes where she has diarrhea or something like that. That's gross. Like one time she shit all over her kennel and had to clean it up, and it
Oh,
was just yeah, it's disgusting.
yeah, that sounds
But it's part of
awful.
being a parent. Full
Yeah,
size dog is real. Full size big dog is a real responsibility. There's no doubt about that one.
yeah. Did you have you heard of or played the new Marvel game Cosmic Invasion?
No, I look cute though. I found seen this something that you and I could probably play together.
Yeah, I played the first like 3 levels of it. I got it on the Nintendo Switch.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it's very like like those old like N64 side scroller arcade style games,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. And yeah, I had fun with it. I mean, so I tried like a couple different characters, and some of them are just really awful. I don't know how they choose like the balance of power on the characters, but some of them are just not great. And maybe it's just because I'm bad at video games, but hey, I played it. It was pretty fun. So
Yep.
I'll keep playing it. Anyway, before we do news, I have a little game that we can play. Okay. Mostly you're gonna play this game, but I'm gonna host it. Sound good?
Sure. Yeah. No, I got a cup of coffee. I'm not playing anything right now. It says I'm playing Star Wars Galaxies, but I'm on Mustafar hand sampling Steel at Spawn. That's really good. So I need to get this. I'm making free money just by having my characters out here running 24/7. You know, I'm lucky enough to have a cool computer I can just run 24/7 and mindlessly grind on this 20-year-old dead MMO. It's like got a cool Star Wars paint. You know.
Nice. So
Yep.
there's this website that does like a bunch of rankings based on like votes and shit. And they had a crowd ranked list of the best sci-fi television series of all time. So I'm gonna give you the top 10 in a random order, and I'm gonna see if you can figure out the top 5 from there. What do you think of that? Okay.
Sorry. Go over that one more time.
So I'm gonna give you what they ranked. I'm gonna give you the top 10 choices that they ranked of the best sci-fi series of all time, and you have to guess the top 5 of those.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Go
You
ahead.
don't have to get them in order. You just have to get the 5. Okay.
All right. Got it.
All right. I don't know if you want me to send you the list or if you're gonna write it down or if you can just remember it, but I'll read them out to you. Okay. So
All right. I'll write it down in our Discord chat.
okay. So we have Star Trek: The Next Generation,
Okay. Classic.
Star Trek: The Original Series,
Okay.
Star Trek: Deep Space Nine,
Classic.
Stranger Things,
Mm.
The Expanse.
Popular modern sci-fi.
Yeah.
The Expanse. Yeah. Never watched The Expanse.
Did you never watched it?
Nope.
Me neither. Stargate SG-1.
Heard a lot about Stargate. Never watched it myself.
Samesies. The X-Files.
Cult classic.
The Twilight Zone.
The modern founder of science fiction.
Battlestar Galactica, the reboot.
Really good show, but
Agreed.
I'm not sure how popular it was because it was only on Sci-Fi.
And the last one, Firefly.
Okay, cult classic.
So these are the top 10, and you just have to tell me what you think are the top 5 out of those.
Okay, so I think Star Trek Next Gen is gonna be top 5. I think Deep Space Nine is gonna be top 5. I think Stranger Things is gonna be top 5, so that's 3. Stargate SG-1, and let's go with the Twilight Zone for my 5.
Okay. So you said Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
Deep Space
Stranger
Nine.
Things. Yeah, Deep Space Nine.
Stranger Things, The Twilight
Stranger
Zone,
Things. Yeah.
and Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
You got 2 out of 5.
Damn, I failed.
So,
Was it all Star Trek?
not making the top 5 was The X-Files, Star Trek: The Original Series, The Twilight Zone, Stranger Things, and Deep Space Nine. So those were 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, respectively. So the top 5 I will count down in ascending order, meaning from 5 to 1. So 5th best voted was Stargate SG-1, which you got. 4th was Star Trek: The Next Generation, which you got. And then Battlestar Galactica, the reboot, was number 3. The Expanse was voted number 2. Again, I never saw it, so I don't know if that's fair or not. And number 1, Firefly, greatest sci-fi television series of all time.
Yeah, this is a little biased. I thought I was going by sheer popularity. Like, yeah, like it's the idea to start left. You know, I love Firefly too, but I don't think that it was like, you know, the greatest sci-fi series of all time.
It's tough to have it voted number 1 because it was one season that didn't even fully air on television and was aired out of order. So it's like kind of unfair. Like obviously, like yeah, it's tough with fan votes because I would say Firefly probably does have the biggest, most vocal fan base, which makes it gonna be voted number one. But I think if we're fair, like shows like any of the Star Trek shows, they have so many seasons, they have the longevity, they've proved their worth, right? Like
Yeah.
X-Files and the Twilight Zone were kind of pioneers in a lot of ways in what they were doing. Battlestar Galactica was just like phenomenal, so
Yeah.
good. I never watched Stranger Things, so it's hard for me to make any judgment on it.
It's
But
good. It's not bad, like, but it's just it's very modern, It's like
yeah,
like a nostalgia trip about the 80s at the same time. And that's what I kind of hate about it, that it's kind of nostalgia tripping over the 80s and like the 90s and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, interesting list. I mean, Andor somewhere on this list. Like, it's a list of like 200 plus, sci-fi series. Are there any that come to mind that weren't in the top 10 that you would think should be rated higher, or like any sci-fi shows you can think of?
I think Twilight Zone should be rated higher for sure.
Yeah,
Um, I think Twilight Zone should definitely be on that list. I really need to watch Stargate SG-1 and The Expanse, I guess. I've never just got around to it.
yeah. I think Farscape should be higher on the list. Like it should get a top 10 spot maybe. Farscape was a good show.
Mhm.
Babylon 5. I never watched it, but I know it it pioneered in a lot of ways. Doctor Who. Where's Doctor Who? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, interesting list. I think there's definitely some modernity like bias there. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, my web browser is acting up, but that's okay. Okay, news. So this news article that I'm gonna read to you made some rounds on social media because people were like being how people are on social media.
Mhm.
To me, I just kind of don't care, but people were making it a big deal. So Ahsoka, right, is getting a season 2. And one of the actresses who played one of the Night Sisters is Claudia Black, and she pretty much said she's not gonna do season 2 because they don't pay her enough to do it. So she was talking about her exit from Ahsoka before the second season. In a new interview, she said that the pay arrangement for the upcoming season did not meet the level she needed. Her comments expand on earlier remarks she made to Bleeding Cool. So she explained why she won't be joining the second season of Ahsoka. Okay. The Hollywood Reporter, she explained that the financial terms offered for the role were not sustainable for her circumstances. Oh my God, my article just became an ad. So I don't like that. I don't want an ad. I want to read the article. Okay, back to the article. She noted that her earnings for the first season were far below what audiences might assume for a major franchise. She said, "When I did the first season, people assumed that I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It could not be further from the truth on a role like this. My pay was closer to that, to what I was earning when I was 19 or in my early 20s. She added that she has repeatedly heard that actors should feel fortunate to be involved in major franchise projects, even when the pay falls short. She added, the issue I have is when that comes to women, other people who were able to say yes to this job didn't have the same responsibilities, and that thinking is not designed around how much invisible work women do in a household." She also said that she does not view Disney's choice as a reflection on her personally, and noted that the response to her earlier remarks in Bleeding Cool have been overwhelmingly supportive. She added that she sent a message to Ahsoka creator Dave Filoni thanking him for his support. Before speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, she had already addressed her exit in an interview with Bleeding Cool, where she revealed that the filming of Season 2 would take place in London. She explained that Disney could not pay me what I needed to be paid as a single mother to keep all my responsibilities going at home in Los Angeles because they were filming in London.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, online, of course, everybody's very supportive, and Disney's the big bad company making billions of dollars, and not paying people what they're worth. And I just don't really care. Like, I don't think Disney needs to take into account that she will be filming in London and has a home in LA. Like, that's not really their problem. I don't know who's assuming that someone who showed up in like one or two episodes was making 100,000 or more dollars for that appearance. Um, I just okay, you know. I, it's kind of is what it is. Like, people negotiate pay all the time. If it doesn't work out, and do your thing, walk away. And I don't think she's necessarily like complaining. And obviously, she didn't say anything bad about Disney, like, oh, fuck them for not paying me what I'm worth. But people online, that was their sentiment, right? Like, oh, fuck Disney, and they're greedy and money hungry and make billions. And it's like, well, yeah, but this is a show that has a budget and they pay certain wages. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think in general on stuff like this?
Um, I don't really know. I guess I don't have any strong thoughts one way or the other. Like, I just am glad when they produce content, and I barely remember Ashoka now. It's a serious afterthought in like my mind, and I think it is from a lot of people until a new season comes out. Like, I don't think there's anyone sitting around pining, waiting around for the next season of Ashoka.
But
It
you'd be
was,
surprised.
yeah,
There are a lot of piners out there, but no, it's just like as normal individuals, right? Like you and I, like if we take a job and it doesn't pay what we think we're worth, we don't we either have to accept that and get paid less than what we think we're worth, or go find another job.
yeah,
Which it sounds like that's what she's doing. She's saying, I'm worth more than that, and she's gonna go find other opportunities. To me, I mean, some pay is better than no pay. So, I if she has other options, more power to her. I think she's a very popular like voice actress, so she gets a lot of probably opportunities through that. So I don't know. Just I don't know why it's news, and I don't know why so many people care. But there you have it. I don't
yep.
know. Okay. We also have an update on the Batman 2. Apparently, Zoe Kravitz is not going to be returning as Catwoman. And this news broke at the same exact time that news broke that Scarlett Johansson is in talks to join the Batman 2. And so, of course, everybody then assumes that she's going to be playing Catwoman, which there's no indication that that's happening. On the contrary, the rumors are that she's going to play somebody like Vicky Vale or the Phantasm or Julie Madison or Poison Ivy. Nobody actually knows. There's just all this kind of speculation. And I just think it's very odd that the news, like the same article about Zoe Kravitz isn't returning, that part of the headline is MCU star joins the cast. So anyway, don't know if you have thoughts or opinions on that.
Um, no, I don't really care. I mean, she was okay in the movie, but she wasn't like amazing. And Batman 2 is like, it's kind of like, I don't know. It feels like this mythical thing that's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for it to come out. Like, I'm not like, this is why I'm the worst co-host in the world, is because like I don't anticipate for these things. I just kind of expect. I just watch them when they come out, and I hope that they don't fucking suck.
Yeah.
And she was good. She was good in it, and like, I was
You like
just
Scarlett
like,
Johansson?
yeah, she's all right.
Yeah. She's a good Black Widow.
Yeah, she's a good Black Widow. I don't know. Like, is she like the greatest actor in the world? Like, I don't think so. But like, I think that I find her attractive. I guess there's that. She's got that going for her. There's that to think about. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I haven't watched. Here's the thing. Like, I haven't watched. I don't think I've watched any movies where she's like, no, wait, was she in Crazy Stupid Love? I don't remember.
I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I could not tell you. But in more Scarlett Johansson news, she spoke about this lawsuit, this $40 million Disney lawsuit from back in 2021 when Black Widow came out, because Disney decided to simultaneously release it in theaters and on Disney Plus. Obviously because of the pandemic, and this resulted in a legal dispute over box office bonuses. So she did an interview and she reflected on it, and she said that she wishes the industry had stood by her more openly. And the conflict began when, well, I already went over that. Anyway, ultimately, there was a $40 million settlement. She was speaking to the Telegraph, and said that the public support from other actors or industry peers would have been meaningful. She said, I mean, it would be great to have more support from the community and my peers vocally, publicly on certain issues that affect the entire industry. It's always helpful to have more voices, you guys. Look back. Johansson maintained... Oh, sorry. I started doing a voice, and that wasn't a quote. Anyway, she said that even acting alone can be really effective. She also added that the lack of guidelines around streaming has created confusion for the entire industry. According to her, the lack of clear guidelines made it important to address the problems. She said, as we moved from the model of theatrical box office bonuses to understanding how that translated to streaming, it had just become this nebulous thing with no guidelines around it. So to be able to impact that moves everything in the right direction. But yes, I would welcome more support. So, yeah. She wanted more support. And she made $40 million by suing Disney because they release stuff online. Wicked. Anyway, so the last piece of news is about Warner Brothers Discovery and this whole idea that they're looking for a buyer or to merge. And this has kind of been talked about for a long time. And the Snyder Bros online are very, very joyously looking forward to it, even spreading misinformation that as soon as a merger happens or they get acquired, that James Gunn will be kicked out of working on the DCU, and that they'll bring Snyder back and all this stuff. And is there truth to that? No, there's not. Essentially, Paramount has emerged as a company that is interested in merging with Warner Brothers, and it could bring changes to James Gunn's DCU. So Paramount Skydance is one of several companies who's interested in acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery. Any potential deal is far from made official at this point in time. However, Paramount's David Ellison has reportedly been fairly aggressive in its efforts to merge with David Zaslav's company. Warner Brothers Pictures owns DC Studios, meaning there could be some changes to James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU should the merger ultimately go through. But what does it actually mean, guys? What does that mean? Does that mean that they'll be kicked off and that they won't be able to make the DCU anymore? No, that's not what it means. What it means is currently James Gunn and Peter Safran have full creative control. They choose the directors. They make sure the scripts are up to par before they move forward with anything. And essentially, if there's a merger, they'll still probably be running the DCU, but other entities, other people higher up at the organization can, hire the directors they want for DCU films. And that's more or less essentially what they said. So there's no real there, but hey, keep dreaming, Snyder fans.
Yep.
Yup. Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me ask a pre-question first, and then I'll ask the actual question. So, have you watched all of the Alien and Predator movies?
I've watched a good amount of them, yes.
Okay. Why is Alien vs. Predator Requiem so fucking dog shit?
Because it's an Alien versus Predator movie.
You see, the first one was at least entertaining, right? Like,
yeah,
it's
a joke. It's like AVP is a joke. Like that's like the problem. Like it's like not a serious part of the franchise. Like it's just supposed to be this wacky dumb like.
But
You know, and
the
like you're right.
second one isn't even fun. It's just terrible.
Have
Like
you watched all
why?
the aliens yet?
I watched all of them except for the newest one, Romulus,
Uh-huh.
and Covenant.
Okay, Resurrection and 3 are like really really bad. Like
And they're
so
not
there's
as
like
bad
other.
as the AVP movies. Nowhere
Okay,
near.
well,
It
I think Resurrection is like really bad, dude. Like I think Resurrection is like like a dog shit movie.
You know, I didn't mind it because, and hear me out. Maybe I'm tainted because I know it was written by Joss Whedon.
Okay, yeah, that's well, Joss Whedon wrote like a real stinker, just so I hope you know that. Like he wrote
You
something
know,
that should not have existed.
you see, there are at least interesting concepts in it. I do think like the problem with the Alien franchise as you kind of move through it is like just let her be dead, right? Like
Yeah,
she died on purpose. That was Alien 3, right? She killed herself.
yeah, she killed herself. Yeah,
And 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 then like I don't get it. Why like use her DNA to synthesize her and then like how does a synthetic person give like well not really synthetic, she's like a clone, right?
yeah.
And then like they use her as a womb for aliens. It's an interesting idea and then like all the weird aliens, you know? Like
Mm,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You could tell this is something Joss Whedon wrote. That's all I'm saying, you know.
yeah.
But no, I like if you're looking at all the Alien movies, like I mean, obviously AVP doesn't. It's more of a Predator movie, I think, than an Alien movie. But like Requiem just has like 14 storylines at once, and I don't care about any of them. Like it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's AVP. It's AVP. Like you know, and in
but
the
the
sequel,
first
okay,
AVP at least was interesting and fun.
yeah, like you
Like
know,
it
but it
wasn't
was just
good,
fun and
but
interesting.
it's
Like,
fun. The second one's not even fun. It's just stupid.
yeah. Did you
Uh,
like Aliens, by the way? I'm sure you loved Aliens, right? The second one.
yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care about the little kid, and I was glad she was dead at the beginning of the third one, to be honest.
Mm.
But you know, other than that, yeah, it's good. Uh, I did see people like there are people that aren't really a fan of it. Like they didn't like the whole Queen alien bobblehead lady and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool and like you know, it works, right? Like it's just a fun action movie. Um, I think and you probably agree, but I think the Alien movies are far better than the Predator movies. And I don't know how many Predator movies you've seen, but like to me, it's not even really like close. So it's interesting that like they exist in the same world at a certain point, but like I don't know. I just don't. I think the Alien movies are really good.
Yeah, they are. First two are special. There's no doubt about that one.
Yeah, and then like the third one is, it gets at that point it gets redundant, right? Like they're
Hmm.
doing the same exact shit that they just did, right? More or less. And then the fourth one, you know, they're trying to figure out what to do because you know Ripley is dead now. Um. Anyway, yeah, but the Predator movies are just the first one people really liked. Like everyone says it's like the best one. I thought it was
Hmm.
okay. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
Yeah.
The second one, I think is a little bit more entertaining actually. Like the Street Gangs of L.A. one.
Yeah.
And then what? It jumps to AVP after that.
Yep.
And okay, Requiem dog shit. And then Predators, which I did watch back in 2010 when it came out because my friend was a Predator fan. So I watched it with them and I don't remember anything actually significant about it. So bad. And then The Predator, which came out in 2018, which was whatever. So I don't know. But I did like Prey. Prey was really good. I don't know if you watched that. And then the animated Predator like movie thing, Killer of Killers, that was really good too.
Hmm.
I watched that, and yeah, now I gotta watch Badlands, which is in theaters now. So
You gonna go see it in theaters?
I might go on like a Tuesday when it's cheap movie day, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of going to the movies, there's nothing really cool on the horizon coming out this year, but The Lord of the Rings is returning to theaters next year in January.
Oh, geez. Jesus Christ.
Um, and, and don't hear me out. They're all the extended editions. Um,
Oh, Jesus
it's
Christ.
it's one at a time though. It's like Friday is Fellowship, Saturday is Two Towers, and Sunday is Return of the King. And I was
Hmm.
considering going, and I'm trying to think of the best one to go to. And I'm like, well, Friday, it's like a night showing, so it's like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then you don't get home until really late because it's a 4-hour movie. And Fellowship's the
Hmm.
best, obviously, but hey, you know. Then Saturday is Two Towers at noon, and it's a Saturday, so you know you have a little more time, you know, chilling. So that sounds like a good option. Sunday at noon for a 4.5-hour movie doesn't sound like a good time, even though it's Return of the King and it's cool. So if I go, I might just go see Two Towers.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I can't make those, but
it's
I
how
wish you all the luck.
seeing Helm's Deep on the big screen again for the first time since I was like 10, be pretty cool. Um,
Yep.
but then again, you know, is the Two Towers, and I like the Two Towers. It's just not one of the best ones, and they're out of the three. Anyway, um, speaking of which, I saw a hot take that the Hobbit movies were actually really good, and I just want to say no, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Yeah.
Like the person was like, yeah, like you have to you can't just do it in 1 or 2 movies, and like so it has to be 3, and like the pacing isn't even really that bad. Like the first one is perfect, and then Desolation of Smog like is like sure it might drag in Mirkwood a bit, but like other than that it's like really good. And it's like no it's not. It's not really good. There's like 15 minutes of good footage in it, and it's all Smaug. And I I respect that person's opinion and that they enjoy the Hobbit movies. Um, I wish they were better. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of which, there is actually a 4-hour cut of all 3 movies that exists that cut out all of the unnecessary bullshit. I haven't watched it, but I have most of it downloaded. So if you're interested in watching that, I can send you a link.
Maybe. I'll let you know.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I just wanted to talk shit about Alien vs Predator Requiem because that movie was terrible.
Yeah. I've never. I don't think I've seen it. And if I did, it was probably a really long time ago that I barely remember. But
Well,
this the first Alien versus Predator movie was like a joke. Was that the one where they were like under the ice and they're at these like temples and stuff like that?
that was the first one, yeah, which
Okay.
at least was entertaining, you know.
Mhm.
But the second one is like an alien ship crashes. Oh no, it's a sequel, right? So at the end of that Alien vs Predator, right, the Predator has the alien inside him and he gets killed, right?
Mhm.
As the alien hatches in their ship. So the second one, that alien starts like killing all the other predators on the ship, and the ship crashes on Earth conveniently, and then all the aliens start escaping. And then there's like a story about like mom from the military who comes home and the daughter like is close to the dad and she doesn't like that or some shit. There's a kid who's working at a pizza shop who likes this girl, but she's in a relationship with some jerk. That guy's brother just got out of jail and he's like hanging out with this cop. And like, I don't give a shit about any of that, okay? I just want to see the fucking aliens and the predators fighting. That's all I want to see. And that barely happened. And then, surprise, surprise, how does the movie end? They nuke all the fucking aliens. Wow. Every single fucking movie ends the same. Just nuke all the mother suckers and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, and also kill all the townspeople. Which I didn't care about because I hated all of them. But the ones
Yeah.
the main ones, the army mom and the brother is like they make it out, of course, on a helicopter because they don't trust that the Navy's actually gonna come save them or whatever. The fucking military, they're like, no, we gotta go get the helicopter from the fucking hospital, guys. We're gonna go get that and get out, Shirley, and that'll all be great. Ugh, stupid fucking movie. Anyway, yeah, and also have to watch Alien Earth, the TV show. I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, I need to watch Alien Earth. I need to watch Alien Earth too.
Yeah, so at least then we'll have stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it. I got nothing else. I did. A little podcast to just, put something out and talk about where we've been because we haven't podcasted in like 3 weeks because I was in Chicago and I got sick and then it was Thanksgiving. So, hey, we're back.
Yep. We're back, baby.
We're back.
We're back.
Anyway, also, by the way, not that you're interested, but if you are, yesterday, I went to the tattoo shop. And I got home.
Hold on, my dog's going crazy.
Okay. Doggy. Chill, doggy. Chair's gonna go get his doggy. Make sure his doggy's okay. We don't want our doggies to be crazy. My doggy's crazy sometimes too, especially when people who don't know him try to touch him. You don't like that. Let him come to you. Because if you try to touch him, he gonna be like, rah, 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 rah. He's a little thing. And little things, they always bite. Don't know why. Big things, they can be a little more tolerant because, they know they can fuck you up. Little dogs, they just want to fuck you up. Anyway, like I was saying.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Congratulations. No, all good. So, yeah, yesterday I went to the tattoo shop and I didn't get home till 1 a.m.
Damn.
And
what'd you get?
So I got Yoda outlined. I got Luke on a Tauntaun outlined. I got Boba Fett outlined, and I got Ahsoka fully done. So, yeah. So I have to go get everything else finished at some point, probably in a couple weeks, and then all the gaps filled pretty much, and then my sleeve will be completed. So,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just tired today because I got home at 1 a.m. and then I fell asleep at like 2 a.m. and then I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and went to work. So I'm functioning on 2.5 hours of sleep, and I feel great.
You should definitely go get some sleep, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cook dinner and then I'm gonna rest. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Much love. Like, comment, rate, review, subscribe, click all the buttons. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The Nerd Ledger.